continue to enjoy your dinner, and let's give a round of applause to Luke Carlson for the great jazz music. I would like now to welcome to the stage your 2024 Board President, Stuart Tom, to present this year's President's Award.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Connections Gala. I am so glad to be here right now because I get the privilege of presenting the President's Award. The President's Award honors an individual or a group that makes exceptional contributions to the goals, vision, and mission of the Code Council. It's a special award because as president, I get to look back on a busy year and acknowledge the hard, important, and life-changing work that contributes to those goals, vision, and mission of the Code Council in ways that will protect communities way into the future. Many parts of our country and the world are experiencing devastating wildfires, and the very safety, security, and resilience of those affected communities will require efforts to converge upon and commit to the future development of a single, recognized set of standards for the design, construction, and building of all structures located within the wildland-urban interface. So tonight, I present the 2024 President's Award to the CAL FIRE Office of the State Fire Marshal. Recognizing this need to focus on a single set of codes and standards to protect buildings in fire-prone areas, the CAL FIRE Office of the State Fire Marshal, or OSFM as we call it, took decisive action this year by moving to adopt the 2024 International Wildland-Urban Interface Code. OSFM's actions and commitment to collaborate nationally will result in improved WUI standards that can enhance safety in fire risk communities everywhere. While the proposal is currently under final consideration by the California Building Standards Commission, this forward-thinking step demonstrates OSFM's ongoing commitment to safeguarding communities and mitigating the destructive impact of those wildfires. OSFM has also gone above and beyond to lead the way in safety and service to communities throughout this state. Through their implementation of comprehensive fire and life safety programs, OSFM has fostered effective communication, ensured reliable inspections, and maintained accountable certification and licensing practices for building safety professionals throughout California. Their dedication extends to partnering with local governments where they have established high standards for firefighter training and education, ensuring that communities are well prepared to face all future challenges. Everything OSFM does is guided by their mission, which is to protect life and property through the development and application of fire prevention, engineering, training and education, and enforcement. Their actions serve as a model for other communities, and I am proud to honor them for their many contributions to building safety. Please join me in congratulating the CAL FIRE Office of the State Fire Marshal, led by California State Fire Marshal Chief Daniel Berlant, as the recipient of the 2024 President's Award.
Yeah, well, good evening, everybody. You cannot come to California without talking about wildfires. In fact, if you looked to the north of you today, you could see smoke from a fire that we had just a few months ago. So what better way to welcome you to California than with wildfires? But let me just quickly mention that first, we are truly humbled by this recognition from Stewart. And as President Tom mentioned, for nearly 20 years, California has designed its own specific building code for homes built in wildfire-prone areas. And for nearly 20 years, we have collaborated and written this code, not just by ourselves, but with our partners, our local fire officials, our local building officials, our building industry, academia, researchers, all coming together to create this code. But it's no surprise that here in California, with a complex set of issues, we continue to see wildfires do major destruction. But through this devastation, we have learned that our code works. Our code has really emerged as a beacon for us of resiliency in the face of this ongoing threat. And simply put, again, it works. But now we have been very excited to continue to improve that by partnering with ICC, taking the strength of our code and merging it with the organizational structure that IWUE provides. And so we are so gracious and humbled by ICC to provide staff to help us through this process of really, again, taking what code works, merging it with IWUE to really make a significant difference, because investing in better building practices today safeguards our future for Californians and for all of you coming to visit our beautiful state. And so again, we're so excited to partner with ICC to merge these standards into one, but more importantly, look to all of you as partners to take this IWUE code, continue to strengthen it, and hopefully continue to see it be implemented across the nation, because let me tell you, wildfire is not a California problem. Wildfire is not a Western problem. If you watch the news today, Connecticut was in the news for a wildfire in the month of October, causing evacuations. We all need to be doing more to make sure that our residents are protected, and together we can build communities that not only meet the housing needs that our communities are looking for, but to ensure that these homes are more resilient to wildfires and other natural disasters. So again, Stuart, thank you for recognizing us. Thank you to Stuart for his effort in the last 20 years of building the code. And again, we look forward to partnering with ICC for the years to come. So thank you all very much.
Congratulations. So now comes the emotional part for me, and I'm sure for many of you. As many of you know, Dominic will be retiring in January after dedicating a large part of his career to the Code Council. It's bittersweet to announce his departure, as Dominic has been a cornerstone of this organization, dedicating his time and hard work to our mission of building safety. I'm going off script here. Dominic, you and I have never had a job description. We always felt that we were here to do whatever needed to be done for the success of the ICC. And that's what we dedicated our time, our efforts. He and I were a team from day one. And it's been a privilege of working alongside Dominic for many years. I've worked for him, I've worked with him. It's been an honor to collaborate with him, to learn from his expertise, and to witness firsthand the dedication he brought to the Code Council. His leadership has been a guiding light for all of us, and his absence will certainly be felt. I've worked for a couple of CEOs, and Dominic is a different CEO. If I worked hard, Dominic worked harder. He never pulled rank. It amazed me what kind of a person he is. Not that I was amazed that he was a good person, but that he was so unassuming. He would come and go. I would ask Dominic, do you need briefing papers? Do you need talking points? And I said, what? I must be crazy. I'm asking the man who could probably teach me more than I know, than I'm asking him if he needed anything from me. He never did. He was always ready. He knew our members. And when I had an issue or a concern, I would reach out to Dominic, and he would always say, Sarah, don't worry, the members will come through. The members always do what's right for their communities and for ICC. And he was right. When I left a few years ago, you honored me with a touching tribute. Tonight, we want to return that gesture to you, Dominic. There's so many people whose lives you've impacted, and we've gathered a few of their thoughts. We'll run a video.
Hi, Dominic. We just want to say from everybody in the Birmingham office, thanks for all you've done for us, and we'll miss you very much.
We just thank you for your leadership over the years, and especially through the pandemic. You just kept our company whole and saw the staff that you're taking care of, and we just love you and thank you for that.
And that was one other thing you wanted to say.
Roll Tide.
Dominic, it was my privilege to work with you as your senior VP for Council Relations, a position that doesn't even exist anymore. But I just have to tell you how much I learned from you on how to be a deliberative executive that was a great listener, very inclusive and very thoughtful and sensitive to the voice of the membership.
We thank you for your leadership and guidance over the years as IAS became a global entity within the ICC family of solutions.
We want to thank you for your vision, your kindness, and your genuine nature that has created so many fruitful partnerships and collaborations in support of modern model building codes.
I want to thank you for the years, both professionally and personally, of partnership that we've enjoyed together as our two organizations have worked on the goals of making sure that we advance energy efficiency as well as health and human safety in the built environment, all while keeping in mind the importance of affordable and attainable housing for more people.
From the International Green Construction Code to tiny houses, I think we have worked to build confidence, to build community, and to help our world work better. Personally, you've been a mentor and a friend, and I have especially appreciated all your support.
You've been a tremendous positive influence on the ICC staff, the ICC membership, and also the building industry we serve. To me, you've been both a mentor and, as importantly, if not more importantly, a great personal friend.
During the pre-consolidation phase, they used to throw around the term of the ICC needs to become a world-class organization. I can tell you unequivocally that under your leadership, that has clearly been achieved, and that's in no small part due to you. And on that note, gotta go, got a tea time. Talk to you.
There aren't many people in history or on the planet today that has had the impact that you have had on improving the lives of people everywhere. I hope you take great pride in that because you have done so by being a great leader.
You've made a huge difference in this organization and have touched a lot of lives along the way. I have always admired your skillful ways of overcoming any challenge, big or small, that we faced. Your words of wisdom, support, and experience will forever stay with me.
You certainly are a legend. You've left the place better than you found it. I've had the privilege of working with you for the last 15 years, learning from you and learning about ICC, and you've certainly helped me enormously in my career. I'm not only that, but I've also had the pleasure of being able to call you my friend. Thank you. Good luck. Happy retirement. Love you, man.
we were commenting that we had hair back then. I actually had color in my hair, so we've changed, but that's okay, we still look good. Now, we have a few people who would like to say a few words, and the first presentation is going to be from the Code Council Board of Directors.
Dominic, on behalf of all of us here, I want to thank you for your amazing contributions to the International Code Council and the impact you have had on the built environment of all of our communities. On February 1st, 2003, you transitioned from SBCCI to the Code Council, and for the past 12 of those years, we have been so fortunate to have you at the helm as our CEO. Most of us here tonight would acknowledge that a great deal of our own success have been bolstered by the tools, training, certification, and support that we get through the Code Council and the network of resources that ICC provides. And under your leadership, we have been so fortunate because as a code development organization, you have done everything to create what is now a complete family of solutions. Our communities are safer, more resilient, highly efficient, and more affordable because of ICC's influence. You have always been quick to share ICC's successes with the Board of Directors, the Code Council staff, our member volunteers, and our partner organizations. But we would not be here today were it not for your vision and leadership. When you took over as the chief executive in 2012, ICC's net asset balance totaled about $10.7 million, which required some difficult decisions. As we saw in the Treasurer's report, our net asset balances now exceed $163 million. More than 15 times what they were during those financially troubling times. Our membership has grown 10% in just those 12 years, and the number of ICC chapters has grown by more than 16% in that same period. In fact, the number of registrants for this year's annual conference alone is about 150% of the number of registered participants during the 2012 ABM and conference, the year you took over as CEO. The International Code Council has never been stronger and healthier than it is today, and its commitment to helping all of us protect our communities and our future world has never been clearer. Dominic, I want to thank you for never losing sight of ICC's vision, which is creating safe, affordable, and sustainable buildings and communities. More importantly, I want to thank you for taking ICC's mission and making it such an important part of your personal life. ICC's mission is to provide the information, tools, and resources that members rely on, building safety professionals turn to, and most importantly, the public trusts. Dominic, every person in this room helps to create safe, affordable, and sustainable buildings and communities because of the information, the tools and resources that you and the Code Council have ensured will always be there for us. Thank you. David.
Dominic, I want to express my sincere appreciation to you for your many years of dedicated service to the International Code Council. Your vision and unwavering commitment has been instrumental in shaping ICC. ensuring its long-term growth and sustainability. As we transition into a new chapter, I'm looking forward to working with John Belcik, our new CEO. John brings with him a wealth of knowledge and experience from previous roles as his tenure with ICC CFO, COO, which has prepared him for the position. During my time as a board director, I've had the privilege of collaborating with John, working on various initiatives and committees. He consistently demonstrates high moral integrity and thoughtful decision-making. John is a proven leader with a deep understanding of our organization, and I am confident he will guide ICC into a successful future. I look forward to working alongside John this year as we embark on this new journey. Thank you.
The next presentation is from the Building Officials Association of Florida.
Good evening. I'm here today representing the membership of the Building Officials Association of Florida. We're all familiar with the great work Dominic has done for ICC and the entire construction community during his tenure at ICC. Having his business knowledge and the background of his experience at the Legacy Code Group at ICC and being a code official is exactly what we needed to bring us together and move us forward. But I'm here to speak about the time before the Legacy Group in ICC. Many of you may not know that Dom started out in Florida. He worked for Palm Beach County, Florida. One of his many duties was contractor licensing, which gave him a whole new perspective on dealing with contractors and inspectors. He had some great mentors like Charlie O'Melia and Bob Palchanis. He also was a building official and was the president of the Building Officials Association of Florida in 1995. Can I get the folks from Florida to stand up? There's a few of us here. I asked some of the Palm Beach guys for some background, but don't worry, Dom, I won't repeat those stories. We have had the honor and privilege of sharing him with you for over 30 years. On behalf of the Building Officials Association of Florida, we want to wish you a very happy, relaxed, and great retirement.
Next up on stage is the Ohio Building Officials Association.
I hope I wasn't the second one because I want to have a little time to prepare here, but this is our President Award, which is just like this one here. We don't generally give this away every year, and we felt compelled this year that this is the most important one. President gets to decide to do that, and I decided that Dominic, with all your dedication, and I've heard a lot of stories. I haven't spent a lot of time with Dominic, but from the very beginning, when he became part of this, he spent a lot of time and supported Ohio. So you guys have all heard us say the OHIO. So I'd like everyone to help, not just Ohio. We'd like to give a shout out to him. OH. Thank you very much. I'd like to present this to you.
The next presentation is from Calbo.
Sorry, I assure you that I am faster than Shohei Ohtani. I'm Ron Takiguchi with California Building Officials, often known as Calbo. And before I present a gift to Dominic, Dominic, I'd like to take you back to the 2015 ICC ABM right here in Long Beach. And it's on this very stage that I shared a quote from that legendary manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Tommy Lasorda, who famously said, "Cut me and I'll bleed Dodger blue." And I contended, Dominic, that because of your energetic dedication to the International Code Council, that if you cut Dominic, he will bleed ICC green. And just so you know, Dominic, I'm not going to test that theory tonight. May we have the photograph, please? From the 2015 ICC ABM, I presented Dominic with the Los Angeles Dodger cap, not in traditional Dodger blue, but instead in ICC green. And Dominic, to bring this full circle, I now present to you a cap from the Los Angeles Dodgers, not in traditional Dodger blue, not in ICC green, but in retirement white. And this cap is inscribed to recognize Dominic's tenure as ICC CEO, and it says in celebratory gold lettering, ICC CEO 2012 to 2024.
Oh, wow, Ron, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And Dominic, I ask, as all do all Angelinos, that please wear the hat in good health and spirit. And I contend if you do so, the Dodgers will win the World Series over the New York Yankees. And I say that with absolutely no apologies to Secretary Treasurer from New York, Steve McDaniel. I'm going to throw in there also New Yorker, Dan, same to you. And now Dominic, from the California building officials, we have for you a gift that is appropriate for retirement. And it is a retirement, it is a gift from the Bernardus Lodge and Spa in serene Carmel Valley on the California coast, one of the most beautiful places of any in California, and also a Calbo favorite. So with this, with this, Dominic, we have a gift certificate for you for the Bernardus Lodge and Spa, together with the robe that we hope that you will enjoy while sitting at the fireplace with a nice California glass of wine. And Dominic, by giving you a gift from California, that is a tacit invitation for you to visit California at any time and always.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you.
From California building officials, Dominic, we appreciate all that you have done, not only for California, but the organization itself. From raising the profile of the building official to putting ICC in prominence, and also as ICC's CEO, upon your retirement, you are leaving the organization in an unprecedented state of good health. And on behalf of California building officials, our membership, Calbo Board of Directors, and our Executive Director, Matt Wheeler, we wish you, Dominic, a very long and happy retirement. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Well, you too. Absolutely.
The next presentation is from the New Jersey Building Officials Association.
New Jersey Building Officials Association. Before I get into Dominic, I want to just say I'm going to be with Steve McDaniels watching the Yankees play the Dodgers and watch the Yankees win. Anyway, on behalf of us, rather than going on and on and on behalf of the New Jersey Builders Officials Association, I was told I had to wrap this by a new friend of mine, not just hand it to you. But I wish you well in your retirement. I wish you good luck. And I also say, enjoy Pinehurst.
Oh, Lord. Wow.
That's Steve Jones' laughter.
I know.
Yeah. Next is the Montana ICC Chapter and Region 2.
Good evening from Montana. We all having fun tonight? My name's Ben Abbey, and I drew the short straw to talk tonight, so I'm a little nervous. My apologies. But Dominic, it is my distinct honor and recognition
of the years of service with ICC, to honor you in the service that you've provided to everybody. And we don't know each other very well, but as I came up and did a double haul across the stage, part of that gift from Region 2 and many other regions as well, you have a fly fishing trip to Montana, to the great state of Montana. But it gets better. It gets better. So the fly rod that I brought up, the fly reel and the rod and the line are all companies based in Region 2 region. So we have a Sage fly rod and a Bozeman Flyworks reel and an SA line. So I expect you to bring that with you. Absolutely. And we're going to catch Hog Johnson in one of our beautiful blue ribbon streams. And it's a great honor. So thank you.
The next presentation is from regions 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 11.
You can't have a fly rod and not have a way to get there. So all of us regions, we got together and we tried to put it all together as best we could. So we're presenting you a check of $3,500 to use for the expenses for the hotel, as well as the flight from where you live to Bozeman, Montana.
And next, presenting will be the National Association of Home Builders.
Good evening. On behalf of the National Association of Home Builders and its 140,000 members, I'd like to present Dominic with our Defender of Housing Award. We reserve this every 2 years for lawmakers on Capitol Hill who have spent their 2 years defending the policies of the National Association of Home Builders and working towards housing affordability. It is rare for us to give this to I'll call you a civilian, how's that sound? But it's reserved for individuals who have demonstrated a capacity to understand the needs of housing people, and taking a career to make sure that your policies have worked closely with us. And on behalf of the National Association, thank you for your years here and the partnership we've enjoyed. Thank you.
The next presentation is from another ICC partner, the Building Owners and Managers Association International.
So my name is Don Davis. I'm Vice President Advocacy and most importantly Codes for BOMA International. On behalf of the 20,000 members of BOMA, we really want to be able to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation for the work that you've done, particularly the last 12 years as leading ICC, but I think over the last 40 years in this industry. And I had a whole thing written here, but I like to tell stories a little bit more. And Henry Chamberlain, who is our CEO and your colleague for many years, was not able to stay, so he asked me to come up here and speak with you. It was really interesting. Yesterday we went to the Queen Mary, right, because you had encouraged us. The first thing he said to me was, they should use some code updates around here, right? But the second thing he said to me was, as I said, well, what do you want me to say? How do you want me to express your, thoughts to him? And he said, Dominic and ICC have been one of the most important partners that we've had. The work that they have done, consistently working with us but developing codes, has allowed our buildings to operate safely. I consider him a friend and one of the best colleagues that I've had. So on behalf of Henry, who could not be here, and all of the members of BOMA International, thank you very much for your service to our industry. And we want to give you, we'd like to. Thank you so much.
And next is the ICC digital team. Joan O'Neill, will you join me up on stage, please?
So tonight we honor Dom. Your drive for digital transformation has propelled us to new heights and has really set us on a path of innovation and success. As you step into an exciting new chapter, we gift you with a digital code branded bottle of Dom and branded champagne flutes. Jorm and Daniel both have the gift. And this is just not a nod to your name, but a celebration of your sparkling legacy. So here's to a future as bright as the one that you have created for us. So cheers, Dom, and thank you for everything.
The next presentation is from the ICC Center of Focus, Ryan Coker. Would you join me on stage? Oh, there you are, Ryan.
So Dom, I want to thank you on two levels. First, personally, thank you for your mentorship and believing in me. When I was considering my next position, I was looking for somewhere where I could make a difference and an organization I respected. ICC was the top of my list, mainly due to your leadership. Second, on behalf of the Energy, Resilience, and Innovation Center of Focus, thank you for your vision and giving us the opportunity to leverage the breadth of the organization to help address the challenges before us as society and industry. On behalf of myself, Joe, and Stella, we present you with this one-of-a-kind stained glass memento of your time at ICC. And of course, go Gators, even wore the socks. Sarah, appreciate the socks too, so thank you.
The next presentation is from the International Accreditation Service, Raj Nathan. Will you join me on the stage, please?
Hello, Dom. Good evening. And Sarah as well, to see Sarah here all the way from Portugal. What a delight. Welcome to Southern California, Sarah. And indeed, it's hard to believe, Dom, that we are here bidding goodbye to you. Seems like it was just yesterday we started talking about your globalization vision and everything you had set out to do. And I hope you've accomplished everything you set out to do. There's a lot to do, and you've handed the organization to a wonderful leader in John Belcik. Appreciate that. We at IAS will certainly miss your counsel and will certainly miss your guidance, and I am speaking on behalf of the IAS management and my IAS staff folks who are here, as well as Sam Palmer, the chairman of the board, and the IAS board of directors for the wonderful way you've guided, as we all know, as we have expanded globally, Dom, and under your leadership, and I know that was one of your premier things that you set out to do, and I think I can honestly say that you've accomplished it. We are truly a global organization, and we are proud in IAS that under your leadership, IAS itself has grown to 65 countries now. So thank you very much, Dom, for your guidance. The one thing I want to share with you, there's a lot of things that, when you work with an individual, we don't see. And one of the very interesting thing, a very important thing for me, Dom, personally, is that there's a lot of communication that comes your way when you open your inbox at 7 in the morning or whenever you do. It's guaranteed that when I send an email to Dom, and I don't get that from my staff, Dom, and I'm going to go on the record to do that you can send a communication to Dom and you would guarantee get a short but clear message, yay or nay, or what's the direction to go. And I really admired that about you. And that's a wonderful thing to have for a person who's running a very large global organization. And I want to tell my staff, let's keep that spirit of Dom to communicate, good or bad, and do it promptly. And again, Dom, there's a lesson to be learned by all of us. And again, I wish you the very best as you continue in your next adventure. And as my good friend Ron Takaguchi said, if you ever come to Southern California, we'd like to welcome you to the IAS family and throw a bigger party than here. So again, do the IAS way, as you know. But we are very happy that you're going out at the very high level. that you've set your goals, and I'm very convinced that you've achieved more than what you set out to do. And thank you very much for your services to the organization. And on behalf of IAS board and staff, we have a small memento for you.
And the next presentation is from Chuck Romani.
Very good evening to all of you. I retired from the ICC family in 2018 after 44 years with the corporation, ICC, and the predecessor, ICBO. And after transition, I was looking at what is going to be the order of the organization in the future. And I was very pleased when James Lee Witt came and joined the organization and brought some people with him. And the transition from that team to Dominic has been a very effective change of guards, and that has really gotten the organization through very difficult times. And I was looking at, what would I say at his retirement if I was invited to do so? Sure enough, I got the invitation. My wife and I talked about it, and after retirement, I've been doing work for the homeless people in Los Angeles, and we have several thousands of them. I joined the Whittier City, where I've lived for 52 years. I joined their building department and the code enforcement section as a volunteer. And we deal with homelessness every time. So we decided, my wife and I decided, Radhika and I, that we would recognize a contribution to the Los Angeles, the rescue mission, which houses hundreds of homeless people during the cold winter and in the hot summer days, feeds them, and they are allowed to stay there that night. So we give a regular donation, and this quarter's donation, Radhika and I have made in your honor, Dominic, because you and I talked about these issues very many years ago when Dom was a building official in Florida, and I did some work with the building commission there to look at how to keep the insurance companies in the state after each disaster. And I ran into Dominic. He then went to the Southern Building Code Conference, and we were lucky at ICC to get him after Bill Tangy. And I'm sure if Bill Tangy was here, he would have jumped up on this occasion and given you a very big hug, because he brought you into the organization at the first step. So Dominic, with a lot of love from Radhika and me, may God bless ICC. John Belcik is an equally competent and energetic. He likes to run in the morning at 4 and 5. So you can see what kind of a CEO you are getting now. So all of you be prepared for his call at 4 in the morning. So good luck and God bless.
The next presentation is from Todd Sims.
Thank you so much, Sarah. What a pleasure and delight to see you. On a personal level, thank you for your years of friendship and mentorship.
My pleasure. Love you, Todd. let people know where your car sat for a long time.
And thank you to the entire ICC family for this opportunity. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to celebrate the momentous occasion of your 30th anniversary and to celebrate the career and retirement of my dad, my mentor, and my best friend, Dominic Sims. You know, I use that term ICC family very intentionally. You have all been a part of Dominic specifically, but really the entire Sims family's lives throughout this whole journey. I was blessed with a dad who was always looking for ways to be inclusive, whether that was me sitting in the back at board meetings, traveling to conferences, or occasionally beating some of you on the golf course. It's unclear whether that was out of convenience or if it was intentional, but for the purposes of this occasion, let's go with intentional. It's been the privilege of a lifetime to have a backseat view as all of you have built something important and lasting, a singular dedication to protecting people's health, safety, and well-being, along with an organization to serve that mission. It's almost unbelievable to think what just a kid from Youngstown, Ohio, could have accomplished during a lifetime of dedication to public service. From the early days as a building official in Palm Beach County, to running for town council and serving as vice mayor of Jupiter, Florida, to serving on the board of SBCCI, and eventually helping to shape what ICC has become today. Never one for accolades or recognition, except for tonight, I suppose. I know that he would want me to say that absolutely none of it would have been possible without the hard work, dedication, and commitment of the ICC staff, members, and volunteers, both past and present. There are entirely too many people to thank, and at the risk of receiving any angry letters, I'm not even going to try. I do want to recognize 3 people who aren't with us tonight, who without it, none of it would have been possible. First, Dominic's brother, Tommy, for convincing him to drop out, move to Florida, and start building houses, kicking off Dominic's lifelong career and commitment to the building and construction industry. Next, a friend of many of you, Mr. Bill Tangy. During Dominic's time on the SCCCI board and eventually staff, Mr. Tangy's support and trust in Dominic laid the foundation, not just for the creation of the ICC, but for Dominic's contributions to its growth, success, and eventual leadership. Finally, my late mother, Barry, without whose care and attention to me and my sister Jamie allowed Dominic the time and space to dedicate to a lifetime of service and the advancement of ICC and the building safety profession. She would have said, "Love you, mean it." Thank you to the entire ICC family for your dedication, your embrace of the Sims family, and your trust of and support in Dominic. And thank you, Dad, for teaching me to always measure twice and cut once. That anything worth doing is doing well, and all of the other lessons learned over the last 30 years of shadowing you. I certainly wouldn't be who I am today without you, nor would the Code Council. So cheers to Dominic, cheers to the Code Council, and cheers to another 30 years of growth and success.
That's so special when your child says those nice things about a parent. You must be very proud, Dominic. Now I'd like to open the floor to any additional presentations.
Good evening. My name's Cash Chevy, and I had the privilege of serving on the board with Dom from when he was COO in 2010 up to 2017 after I served as president and was sworn in here in 2015. So I have a very personal connection with Dom, and a lot of people here do too. But this is actually on behalf of Kentucky. Dom, being the man he is, has never forgotten the members, and he made a lot of trips to Kentucky over this time that we, quite frankly, may have never deserved. Not every state got some of the attention that he managed to give us, being the hillbillies that we are. And I see that he got his fishing covered for his retirement. And we saw that he got his golf game covered. We hunted, we fished, we golfed, but we also had a panache once in a while for a fine spirit. So on behalf of the Code Administrators Association of Kentucky, we wanted to give you some of our bourbon we don't believe you can find down in Alabama.
Oh, it's so wonderful to see so many old friends. It's just an unbelievable evening. And Sarah, come here and give me a hug. You know, I think a lot of, kind words have been said about Dom. We know what he's done for ICC, for the membership, for all of us. But for me personally, it's kind of more of an emotional night, because really it's about Dom's sense of that human touch, how he's touched all of our lives as staff. I know to John and myself, he's meant so much as a mentor. But the one thing I remember just about Dom is, every time we'd get on a phone call and talk about business, Dominic knows I'm kind of hyperactive, and I always like to get down to business. And he'd always stop me, and about 3 years ago, my mom came down with Alzheimer's, and she's been in memory care. And Don would stop me in the middle of that business conversation. He'd say, whoa, 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 Mark, how's your mom? How's she doing? This is the type of individual Dominic is. It's about people. It's about his care for staff, about his warmth. In business dealings with partners, even competitors, he always taught me, leave something on the table. Make sure it's a win-win. And at the end of the day, when I look at Dominic and I look at the battles we fought, what we've been through, I'm always going to remember that human touch that concern about others. And that's my takeaway. And also, too, I have to say, the mentoring you've done, working with me and John, and knowing that John's going to be stepping into a new role, and he knows he's got my support, and he knows I love him. The three of us have had one hell of an amazing run. And we're all different in personality and temperaments, but Dominic had the foresight and wisdom to realize you surround yourself with people that are different than you. We each have our strengths and our weaknesses, but you've assembled an incredible team that has taken us to a whole new level. And also you've left in place a good individual, I'd say a great individual, who's going to continue that legacy. So Dominic, I just want to, on behalf of myself and the ICC staff, and I know the membership, to say thank you for all you've done for us, the membership, and to also give us a sense of vision and purpose that's going to probably live in perpetuity. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am the only governmental voting member from Australia. I thought it was very important to say something about Dom. When I first started coming to these conferences quite a while ago, I think it was Minneapolis was my first conference, and the members that came from out of the country, we were put in a small room and we gave a presentation to each other. And I thought, I didn't pay all that money to fly 24 hours to come over here to sit in the room and talk with other members. I wanted to come and meet the local American people. And the next year was sort of the same, and I think Ron Peaster was the president at the time. And I had a word to Ron, I said, this is just not right. So after the conference, I got back to Australia and I got a phone call. And Ron said, Dom wants to have a meeting. So they flew me back from Australia. It's an interesting story. I left home on the Wednesday, got here on the Wednesday, met all day on the Thursday, flew home Thursday night and got home Saturday. Go figure, but I had spent more time in the air than I did with that. But it was Dom's vision, or what he wanted to do was embrace the international community. And I think what you've seen at this conference is a culmination of that. The international participation has been blended right through the conference. You saw that on day one. So Dom, from the international perspective, thank you so much for embracing us and putting the I in the International Code Council. Thank you.
I don't see anyone else in line. So, Dominic, we want to thank you for everything you've done for the Code Council. Your unwavering commitment and vision have paved the way for our continued success. You have left an indelible mark on this organization, and we are deeply grateful for your leadership. On a personal note, Dominic, Your guidance and friendship have meant the world to me. Dom and I had an agreement that we would retire together. I bailed out on him because of COVID, and I started thinking, well, how long is this going to last? And I missed my travel, the members, my colleagues, but I never abandoned Dominic. I've continued to be in touch and doing a little bit of work. And Dominic, to me, he was my boss, he was a colleague and a friend. And many people have said here tonight what a kind man he is. And when you spend so much time at work, you want to work for someone who's good, a kind, a human being that cares for others and treats people with respect. And I was fortunate to have that in Dominic. So your guidance and friendship have meant the world to me. You've been more than a colleague, you've been a mentor and a source of inspiration. And you supported me during the hardest, most tragic time in my life, as I know you have gone through some tragedies also in your life. So I am deeply grateful for the opportunity to be here today. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. It's so good to see everyone here in this room. I've missed you all. I think about you all the time. You're always in my heart, forever. And Dominic, I'm waiting for you to come to Portugal and visit me. So again, I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity ICC gave me and that you gave me to be here today and to share this meaningful experience with all of you. So thank you so much. I hope to be able to chat with you a little later, many of you. And Dominic, I'll pass the podium to you now.
Thank you very, very much. I will try to keep this short. Sarah, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come here to celebrate with us. You know, you meant the world to me, and I say this with complete fervor. The Code Council would not be what it is without you, and I loved working with you at ICC. It was a highlight of my career. I learned so much from you. Thank you. It was a wonderful week celebrating the Code Council's 30th anniversary, and certainly I have a mix of emotions. After 23 incredible years with ICC, it is time for me to say goodbye and embark on the next chapter of my life. It's been a journey filled with challenges, growth, laughter, and many unforgettable memories. Working alongside such dedicated and passionate professionals has been incredibly rewarding for me. When I first walked through the doors at Southern, I never imagined how much this place would become part of my life. Over the years, I had the privilege of working with so many talented, passionate, and gifted people. You all have taught me valuable lessons, and it's been an honor to learn, grow, and achieve great things with you. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to my colleagues who have become friends. Thank you for your support, your encouragement, and your teamwork. Together, we've weathered ups and downs, celebrated success,
and place the Code Council on a solid financial footing. I will never forget. I will forever cherish those memories, and I will miss the camaraderie we shared along the way. To so many board members, past and present, especially those presidents I've had the privilege of serving, thank you for your guidance and for believing in me. You've helped me, you've shaped me, not only my career, but also me as a person. To members and industry partners, whether we've worked closely or just crossed paths, I know that we have contributed much to the industry. I know you will support the Code Council along the way. To Joy, my wife, Todd, Jamie, Dot, Matt, and the new addition to my family, Barrett Caroline, thank you for your love and encouragement. As I leave this company, I'm filled with a sense of accomplishment, knowing that we have created a culture and brought stability to the mission of ICC, and that I've had the privilege of being part of something meaningful that has set the privilege of being part of something meaningful. To all of you, I want to personally thank you for all the warm wishes and all the warm greetings this week. I want to leave you with saying that the Code Council is in excellent hands. And to my best friend, John Belcik, I look forward to making your coffee.
Thank you, Dominic. You see, ICC is not just an association with employees, we are a family, and that's what means so much to the staff of this organization and our members, also a family, our family. We'll now take a 15-minute break, so please relax, enjoy, and I think, right, we have a break or are we done? A break. We have a break. Okay, I'm gonna have a glass of wine. See ya.